Badgers. So it's been a little bit. I thought I would do a little bit of a check-in with you guys. I also have a little bit of a box haul, I guess you'd call it, like a storage container haul. I have a canvas I'm getting ready to start either later tonight or maybe tomorrow or something, and I want to use one of the cases, and I haven't actually hauled these technically on camera, so I thought I would go over them in case anybody wants to pick up these particular cases. But while I was thinking of setting that up, I thought I would go ahead and do just like a quick little catch up with you guys and talk about what I've been working on and what I plan to work on for the month and all that kind of thing. I don't do these type of videos a whole lot, but this was sort of coming together in my mind, and I said, why not? So if you saw my community post from a few days ago, you would have seen that a few days ago, my bulldog Ziggy, who is close to 12 years old, he had a heart attack and basically passed away in my lap pretty suddenly that night. And so, yeah, I've been in the process of that whole mourning the loss of my dog. I still have another dog who has been really great about checking in on me, but I also worry about my other dog because my other dog is even older than Ziggy, but very youthful. So, if you guys have little dogs, you know that the little dogs, for some reason, they tend to keep going for years and years until they don't. The bigger sized dogs you got to keep more of an eye on. That's kind of where I've been. I've been a little bit on social media, but I've also been a little bit quiet just because I've been processing a lot of emotions with the whole feeling of the void in the house now where Ziggy's spirit used to be. I mean, he's probably still around, but yeah, so basically what I've been doing is I pulled out a couple of my bulldog canvases, and then I also have a couple kind of like Rainbow Bridge themed ones that I've had for a while. One of the ones I'm going to show you, I think I actually picked it up years ago when one of my labs passed away from cancer, and I had it in mind to do as a memorial, and at the time I just couldn't bring myself to do it and it sat in my collection since then, and I really do like the image. I want to see it done, so I thought while I was in this sort of grieving process for Ziggy, I would go ahead and do it this time around, because I do like the images, but I feel weird doing Rainbow Bridge type images when my dogs are fine, obviously, because I don't know, I don't like the feeling of like possibly jinxing it. I don't know, it just feels weird when they're doing okay. So I figured with Ziggy's passing, now would be a good time to kind of power through those ones. There's only a couple of them, but power through them because, like I said, I do like the images, so I just want to get them done so that like I can look at them and enjoy them, but do it now while I'm in that process, because otherwise, once the initial hurts start fading, it's going to linger in my to-do list again. So that's kind of what I've been working on. So the first one I did was this little mini one I found from Temu not too long ago. I don't know if it's still available because these little ones seem to get snatched up pretty quick. I don't do the little ones from Temu a whole lot just because a lot of the ones they choose to put in these mini sizes I feel like are not good options. They usually have a lot going on. But every so often I will spot one where I'm like, that could come out. And because this was a bulldog and the whole image of like the hoodie and the coffee cup and all of that, this had so much of Ziggy's personality in it, I was like, I have to try it. And I think I got it on one of those flash sales, so it was only like $1.68 or something when they did the sale. So I figured obviously for that price it was worth a gamble, and it came out great. So yeah, this is only a 20 by 20. So I did that one in about a day. It's got pretty decent sparkle. I haven't sealed this one, but yeah, I did edit the colors just a little bit because the colors that came with it were more pinkish purple tones. So get up close to it. I used a little bit more muted pinks and a little bit of like gray and white on the snout area just to make it look more realistic there. But for the most part, I didn't edit too much. Just mostly on the face area, because I didn't want a bunch of pink and purple all over his nose. I didn't want him to look sickly. So yeah, that was one of the completions. And then I just finished this one just a little while ago. This is a 30 by 40 that I was gifted a few Christmases ago, but you know, it was one of those ones I hadn't gotten to yet. So again, after Ziggy passed, I decided to pull this one out. And yeah, just finished it today. And this was another one where I made a few minor edits on the colors, because again, some of the colors that came with the kit I felt like were a little bit extreme. I wanted the rainbow feel, but I wanted it to also not be too distracting from the face, because this has, again, so much of Ziggy's personality in it. I wanted to, you know, be able to look at it and think of him. So yeah, I edited again around the nose part. The color that came with the kit was more like brownish cream toned, and I just thought that was going to make him look kind of dirty. So I used a little bit for shading, like around the bridge and on the edge of the rope area. If you guys don't have bulldogs, that's what this part is, the part that the skin fold that overlaps over the nose. You can actually, well, you're actually supposed to. I was about to say you can, but you're actually supposed to if you're a good bulldog owner. You gotta lift that up and clean under that, and it sits on the edge of the nose. And if you don't clean that out, they get like skin and dirt buildup in there. If you don't clean it out, they can get infections and stuff in there. But that area, that fold, is called the rope. So yeah, so along the edge of the rope area, I used a little bit of that cream color, and then the rest I used a mix of some more white tones from my own personal stash to fill that out. And then what's the other one? I think I edited the blues a little bit so that they would fade a little bit softer. I think maybe that's the biggest changes I made. But the pinks and the yellows and stuff, that was all with the kit. So yeah, that was my second completion recently. And then, well, let me move these over real quick. Put these down here for a second. Okay, so let's see, where did I put? Oh, okay, got these a little bit out of order. All right, so while I was digging through those canvases, I also found this one. These are all the ones I'm showing you. They've been in my stash for a while, so that's another reason why I kind of want to see them done. But this is one that I got, again, I think it was around the time I lost one of the labs. I don't remember, but this was like years ago. So it's like a rainbow lab. So I thought while I was doing Rainbow Ziggy, I could go ahead and jump into this one. And I think this is a round. It's double-sided, but I'm pretty sure this one is a round that I got on AliExpress ages ago. So that's one in the works. This is the one I'm going to start up next. Actually, get the thing out. This one is actually a square, which is another reason why I wanted to use the cases I'm going to show you in a second, because I thought it would just be easier to organize them through the cases. But yeah, that's not going to show up that well on the camera. Okay, let me see. There is an inventory sheet in the drill bag, so let me see if that shows up on camera a little bit better, because it does have a picture on it. Yeah, you can see that a little bit better. But basically, it's a picture of this girl standing by like a bay or a lake or something, and there's a little ghost dog that's kind of touching the leash that she has in her hands. So yeah, like I said, I got this shortly after my lab passed, and I really wanted to work on it, but like I couldn't emotionally get there when that happened. So I thought maybe this time, because I don't know, maybe because it's a different breed of dog, I won't be so emotionally hurt by the picture. I don't know. But I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and get this one done. So this is going to be my next project. This is only a 30 by 40, which, looking at the size of this, I think it's a true 30 by 40. It's pretty wide. And there's, I don't know how many colors. So yeah, I'm not going to count them right now, but it looks like there's roughly maybe 25 colors in here. So yeah, that's going to be the project I kit up pretty soon, probably once I get off camera here. And then this is a Rainbow Bridge one I got a couple years ago, I think, because I saw it and I loved the whole concept of it. It's gonna be kind of hard to get this in frame because I believe it's marked a 40 by 50, but I'm pretty sure drill size it's 35 by 45. So it's gonna be a little bit hard to get this fully in frame. But one of the things I liked about this is you have the retriever here, you have the rainbow, and then there is a mirror image of him in the water. So let me flip it so you can see. So you see that? So I thought once it's done, it's going to make a really cool effect. And I'm pretty sure this is round as well. So I was thinking I would probably do this one after I finish that ghost dog one. And then, if I remember right, I believe it's Mental Health Awareness Month this month. So I pulled out a few canvases for that. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to work on for that just yet, but a few of the options I pulled out that have been sitting in my stash for a while. Actually, this one I think I only bought last year sometime. It was a Amazon sale where it was like $3 or $4, and I just liked the concept of it. But it's a sunflower face, and there's a bunch of the apostrophe symbols up in there, which if you have a background in mental health and mental struggles and stuff, you know what the apostrophe symbolizes. But on the border it says choose to keep going. So yeah, I really liked that image. And then this is one I got a long time ago that was also one that I got back when I was still married, and I was in one of those trauma bond relationships where I had a kind of a screwed up childhood with a parent, and my ex had one of his parents that was pretty screwed up to him, and we sort of, like I said, trauma bonded over that. And it was good in some ways, not great in other ways, and there was a lot of healing that had to be done on both sides. But ultimately it turns out I was more invested in healing than he was. So but I do still like this image and the saying that says what it's like to be in love with when you have depression. Because in your head, this is what you want, but you're not always guaranteed this. But this is what you're always striving for. So I do still like this image. So I have that. And then I have this one that's another AliExpress find I got years ago of a woman crying on a dripping moon. So emo. I can't remember if this one is square. No, this looks round. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning on doing this one pretty soon. And then I have this Star Or one. I think this is the first. I have a few of hers now, but I think this is the very first Star Or kit I got. This is a 35 by 46 size. And it's, if I can't remember, I think there was, I'm trying to remember the actual image. Let's see if it shows on my camera here. I want to say like the corner there, that might be a planchette, because I think the skull design, because it says goodbye down here, I think it was somewhat Ouija board inspired. But if you can't read the text there, I think it'll come out better once it's drilled. But it says here but not seen, and then it says goodbye on the mouth. So yeah, I just sort of liked the whole like grungy goth aspect of this. So yeah, that's another one that I'm thinking of getting to. And also we have Memorial Day towards the end of the month, and so I'm sure there'll be some sort of military canvas I pull for that one, but I haven't decided which one yet. All right, getting into the cases that I got. I'll go ahead and do this purple one first because I've actually already started using the trays out of this one for a couple of those finishes I showed you, but I never actually hauled these cases on camera, so I thought I would go ahead and do that in case anybody wanted one of these cases. And I was trying to remember the size. I believe this one is a 75 bottle case, and then I think the other two I'm going to show you are 60 bottle cases, if I remember right. If I can find active links to all of this stuff, I will link them down below. The cases I'm pretty sure I can find links to. I can't guarantee that I'll have links to all of the canvases I just showed you because some of those are from ages ago, so I don't know that I'll find links for all those, but I will give it my best college try, you know. All right, so this is the design on this one. This was a recent Temu find. I'm pretty sure this one is still on Temu. I think the seller I got mine from sold out, but I think there's another store on Temu that's still selling this one, maybe for a couple dollars more. But if I can track it down, I'll link it below. But it's sort of this wire shadow kind of design. It's purple color with like the lines are sort of gold print, but it's a fabric case. So that's the outside. And then the trays you get inside, you get the one big purple tray and then the 3 little trays that fit inside. And when I was working with this one, I completely forgot that they had openings, so I kept like shaking the tray and having them scatter everywhere. So I was trying to think, what did I have around me while I was working that I could sort of, you know, plug that with? And Wendy from Diamonds and Stuff, I was sort of inspired by your cutting down the squishy trick, but I didn't have a squishy with me at the time. But what I did have was a packaging insert from a package I got recently. So what I ended up doing was like you did with the squishy, Wendy, I cut off a corner of that and then just sort of folded it and then stuck it in there. I'm sure they make plugs for these trays. If you go looking around online, I'm sure somebody makes the plugs that you can buy individually for these type of trays. I just wasn't in a place to be doing all that while I was in the middle of a project. I was just is it the Marines that say improvise, adapt, overcome? Is that it? Do the Marines still say that? I don't know. I should have a better memory of that being an old military kid, but I think that's one of the branches of the military. They used to say that. So that's kind of what I was doing. I was improvising, adapting, and overcoming. So yeah, if you get one of these trays and you run into that issue, it's another little solution for you. If you have a little bit of this like styrofoam, whatever this squishy stuff insert thing is, just cut a corner off of that, fold it, and then just jam it in the hole. So yeah, quick little improvised trick there until you can get the actual plugs. But yeah, comes with all those trays, and you also get okay, these are stickers that go on the circle containers if you want to do that. You get a straightener, and then you also get a this is a funnel for getting the drills in the bottles. Let me take this out. So it's one of those collapsible ones, so you just push it. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me for being indecent. It's just a funnel. And then it collapses back, so you can put it back in place. So then these are all the bottles. I've seen some places online where you can also just get the case without the bottles. If you want that option, you just have to track down somebody that does it that way. So they're screw top. and I believe this one is 75 bottles. And then in this bag you get, looks like 2 pens in the purple color, because we love a theme. And then 3 of the purple trays, bag of bags, purple wax bundle. Oh, that's funny. I was just saying I didn't have a squishy immediately near me. There were squishies in this kit, but I didn't realize that. But you know, now we have multiple solutions in the community. So yeah, you get light blue squishies. Get a couple of canvas clips. So if you want to hold your canvas back as far as the plastic cover, or if you want to, sometimes you can also use these to clip your canvas onto light pads, whatever you need. Whatever your clipping needs are. These are a couple of plastic clips for that. And then you also get some of the thick plastic attachments that I never use, but they're in there. So that's what comes with this kit. Put all this stuff back. So yeah, pretty sure this one came off of Temu, and then the other 2 I'm going to show you are Amazon finds. So I'm going to move this over. Make some space. So the first one I got off of Temu was this one that had actually been sitting in my cart a good little while, probably over a year, and it had sold out 2 or 3 times, and every time I went to go get it hoping it was on sale, it would be, but it'd also be sold out. So yeah, I kept missing my opportunity to get him. But I just loved this sort of disgruntled, confused look on this pig's face. And Amazon is the only one so far I've seen sell this one, and it seems to sell out multiple times. So I will link it down below. Hopefully it's still around if you like this one. They also have a couple other options. I think there's one that's like a dog and a bear that have different facial expressions, but I just this one spoke to me. So you get the little pig face, nothing on the back side. It's got a pink carrying handle, and then the zipper closure. So you open this up. This one is a 60 bottle case, I believe. Same type of bottles, pretty sure. Yeah, screw top. And then let's see what's in here. Oh, okay, that's interesting. There's a whole bunch of purple squishies, but they're squished squishies. They weren't in the bag or anything. They were just kind of stuck in there, so they got a little smooshed. But yeah, you get those in there. More of these circular bottle labels. And then what's in this one? Another straightener. Flip it this way. Some more of that purple wax, and another larger tray, and this one actually has the snap closure stop in it. These always make me a little bit nervous because I feel like they're gonna snap off, but yeah, that's all right. Another one of the funnels, some of the clear, like sparkly type pens with the thick plastic tips. You get 4 of those. Some of the crap plastic tweezers that most people throw away or recycle. You get a pair of those, and then a couple more of the purple trays. So maybe not as exciting a extras kit in this one, but it's worth it because I love the pig face. So yeah, that's what's in that one. Don't forget the squished squishies. All right, so that's the pig one. Oops. And then while I was on the, I guess, in the market for bottle containers, I came across this one that I've seen a couple other YouTubers use. So it's a parrot design, or is it a parrot or a macaw? It might be a macaw. But yeah, flower print, bird print in the middle. also continued on the other side, and a black handle. And then this one actually has the zipper start all the way in the corner and go around. And this one might actually be, I can't remember if this one is a 60 or 75, might be a 75 one. And it looks like it's got pretty much the same kit as the pig one, but let's check it out. Contact us for free diamond painting. So there's that. Thank you. This one came with little square labels and also circular labels if you have a preference. Some more canvas clips. And then let's see what's in the big old bag. A whole bunch more, 4 of those purple pens. Oops, with the thicker tips. Another straightener. Stocked up on straighteners now. Some of the kind of flimsy metal tweezers. These I actually do use sometimes though for like straightening and stuff. I do have some uses for those. Bag of bags. A couple more of those purple trays, but the purple wax, but it was squished in between this tray and the bigger purple tray. So yeah, packaging on this one. Something to be desired, but yeah. This one is another one of those ones that's in like the purple flower tray that has the need for a stopper. The other thing I noticed about these trays is they're a little bit rough cut, so if you get these, maybe look at the edge of the trays. Maybe if you can use like I haven't tried it, but you could probably use like a nail file, metal nail file, and smooth that out a little bit, because I did notice that when I was using the other trays there's a little bit of like plastic residue on them. So yeah, just be aware of that when you get those. And that's it. Those are the 3 containers I got recently. I got these in mind because I'm gonna try to start making more time commitment for my bigger canvases, because I know that is something that people have been wanting. I mean, not like everybody on the channel, but I have had some comments about people wanting to see some of the bigger canvases done. So I thought this would help me kind of get organized for that, and starting that kit pretty soon that has the square drills. I thought that would also help me organize it a little bit better than the bags. I'm gonna try to, like, squares are not my favorite kits to do, simply because they require a little bit more exact placement. Like I have one kit that or one canvas it's been sitting in my WIP pile for a little over a year now. It's probably maybe like a quarter of the way done. It's a square kit, and it's another one where I really like the image, but I keep putting off finishing it because it's one of those ones where it's like it has a ton of black background in it, and it started off well and then the drills started to veer a little bit, and I kept fighting with it, and it's one of those like popping drills kits, and like I'm not giving up on it, but I have to take it in doses. So I'm hoping that the canvas I'm going to start pretty soon is not going to be quite that bad. But I try really hard not to give up on my canvases. There is one that it was the first time I had to chuck a canvas, like a week or so ago. It was one I had actually bought recently, and I went to pull the plastic to straighten it, and the whole glue field and the picture came off the canvas with the plastic as I was trying to straighten it. I'd never had that happen before. And so there was no way to save that canvas. I had to chuck it and reorder from a different seller, that canvas. So yeah, that was a bummer. But yeah, that's actually been the very first canvas in like 4 years of doing this now that I had to get rid of. So yeah, I'm usually pretty stubborn about pushing through canvas issues. So yeah, I go in optimistic. Anyway, I guess that's what I have for this video. It feels a little bit hodgepodgey, but my head is still kind of in weird places right now. But I thought this could be interesting for some people if they want to find out where these if they want to find out where these drill containers came from. If you're looking in the market for them, I'll try to link them below, and so you can snatch them up. Because one thing with drill containers is, like, I always had it in my mind to pick up some, but I was struggling to find ones that I genuinely liked the design of. I found so many that were just butterfly explosions in the design, and that's not necessarily my thing as far as like the designs I saw coming out in these cases. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not really excited about it. So I was just slow to get into these containers, even though I did see the usefulness of them. I just wanted ones that I was genuinely happy to look at. So these are the ones I found that suit my personality. If you like them, like I said, they'll be linked down below as long as I can find an active link. And yeah, guess that's all I have for this one, guys. So we will talk soon. Bye, guys.